The port scanner that we're going to start off using is Nmap. Nmap is a program that has been around for quite a while now, for 20 years, give or take. It's called Nmap because it's a network mapper. The purpose of using Nmap is to be able to determine what systems are up on a particular network and what ports are listening on that network. Contrary to movies like The Matrix, for example, I know I'm going back a little bit in my references here, but Nmap is not used to directly break into systems, even though there have been various movies and TV shows suggesting that Nmap is capable of doing more than it really is. But we are going to use Nmap here. Now, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to get help for Nmap so we can see what sort of capabilities we are dealing with. So when I issue help, I get a list of parameters that I can pass to Nmap to do various functions. So, for example, I could do a list scan. We could get just a list of targets that are available to scan. We could do a ping scan, meaning you're just going to ping the host to see if it's up or not, and we're not actually going to do a port scan. We have other capabilities when it comes to scanning. We can do a number of TCP related scans. For example, you can see there's a SYN scan, a Connect scan, an ACK scan, a Windows scan, Maven scan, and then there are some other ones down here: Null, Fin, Xmas, and so forth. There's also just one UDP scan. The reason that there's just one UDP scan is UDP doesn't have all of the overhead that TCP does, so there aren't a bunch of flags that we can set. And you can see here that you could actually specify scan flags and customize exactly which TCP flags you want to turn on. So there are a number of scanning techniques that we can use. We can also tell Nmap what ports to scan. Ports on a system go from 0 to 655.350 is not used, but in terms of the value for the 2 bytes that are used for the port number, that is a value that can be selected. It's just nothing is ever going to be there. It's not a valuable port to check on. So you can say 1 through 65535, and that will scan everything. If you just don't specify, then it's going to do roughly 1,000 ports that are the most commonly used ports, and that saves you some 64,000 ports from scanning, because that can take a long time to scan that many ports. We can also do service and version detection. We can use scripts to scan, and we'll get into some of those a little bit later on. But you can see just some of the capabilities here that we can use when we are doing Nmap scanning. It has a lot of capabilities in terms of determining what is actually available and listening on the systems that we are targeting.